Hello everyone, let us discuss the answers of Launchpad 3. Beginning with a physics question. The answer of this question will be option D because it's given that upwards is positive. So when the ball is thrown up, the momentum is positive, and at the highest point momentum will become 0, and subsequently when the ball goes down the momentum will be negative. So you will see that all this is tallying with a graph of option D. So the answer is D. Now let's go to the chemistry question. Now in chemistry, a bunch of compounds is given. You have to identify which one turns red litmus blue, which means which one is basic in nature. Now KCN is a salt of KOH and HCN. KOH is a strong base, HCN is a weak acid. So KCN will be basic, so it will turn red litmus blue. K2SO4 is a salt of KOH and H2SO4. Both are strong base and strong acid, so it will be neutral. Ammonium oxalate NH4 whole twice C2O4 is a salt of ammonium hydroxide and oxalic acid. Both are weak, so you will not get any specific behavior. NaCl, like K2SO4, is a salt of a strong base NaOH and a strong acid HCl, so it will be neutral. Zinc nitrate is a salt of zinc hydroxide and nitric acid, so it will be acidic. FeCl3 is a salt of ferric hydroxide and HCl, so it will be acidic. K2CO3 is a salt of KOH and H2CO3. KOH is strong base, H2CO3 is weak acid, so it will be basic. Ammonium nitrate is a salt of ammonium hydroxide, which is a weak base, and nitric acid, which is a strong acid, so it will be acidic. And LiCN is a salt of lithium hydroxide and HCN. Now HCN is a weak acid. Lithium hydroxide is a group 1 metal oxide, and you know that group 1 metal hydroxide, so you know that group 1 metal hydroxides are basic in nature. So lithium hydroxide will be basic, HCN will be very very weakly acidic, so overall it will be basic. So there are total 3 compounds which will turn red litmus blue, that is KCN, K2CO3 and LiCN. So the answer is 3. So that is the answer of the chemistry question. Now let's move on to the maths question. There are 2 circles whose circles C1 and C2 whose centers are 6 apart and radii are 1 each. Now there is another circle C which touches both of them externally. And it so happens that the common tangent to C1 and C passes through the midpoint of the line joining C1, C2 and is also the common tangent to C and C2. So diagrammatically this is how it will look. Now the midpoint of C1, C2 is given to be P. Now the question is, with all this data you have to find the radius of the circle C. Now using Pythagoras theorem, this is 1 and this is 3 because P is the midpoint of the line joining center of C1, C2. So if you use a right angle triangle with hypotenuse of 3 and one side is 1, then the other side will be root over 3 square minus 1 square, that is root 8. So this length will be root 8 and likewise this will also be root 8. So this total length, which we can call the length of the common tangent to C and C2, it will be 2 root 8. Now when you want to find the length of a direct common tangent, the actual method is that you drop a perpendicular like this, and you know that this is unknown, so we can take it as R, and this is known, this is 1. So this length over here, this small length will be r minus 1, and the center to center distance, it will obviously be the sum of the radii because they are touching each other, so it will be r plus 1. And of course this perpendicular which I dropped just now, I told you it's 2 root 8. So we can apply Pythagoras. 2 root 8 whole square is r plus 1 whole square plus r minus 1 whole square. So if you expand everything, you will get 32 is equal to 4r. So r will be equal to 8. So the radius of the circle C is 8. So that completes the explanation of Launchpad 3.